So I just want to talk about the Capitol, what's going on with the Capitol, um, some people on what their thoughts are, um, my thoughts, and honestly, what I think is going to happen on 19th and the 20th, and some speculations that stuff could come before that. Now, um, to start with, as far as speculations and stuff go, there are some people saying that stuff could happen on the 17th. Now, that's Sunday. Hey man, how you doing? Um, so that's the 17th. Now, I don't think anything is necessarily gonna happen the 17th. I think it'll be the 19th or the 20th when anything happens. Now, what's actually gonna happen? Who knows? Now they have 20,000 National Guard soldiers in D.C. right now. A lot of people are talking about, they're sleeping on the floor. Do you really need 20,000 soldiers out there? And I agree. 20,000 soldiers is a lot of soldiers just in Washington, D.C., alright? I mean, in my state, they sent soldiers up there, and that's like 5 away, alright? So, that's a lot of soldiers to have in one area just for the capital. Alright, now, a lot of people talking about, armed protests in 50 states. Could there be armed protests in 50 states? Yeah, there could be, alright? That's going to take a lot of collaboration, though, to get it going in all 50 states. I mean, that's going to take a lot of collaboration, alright? And anybody who really wants their voices to be heard is going to go to Washington, D.C. for that. Now, a lot of people talking about, oh, look at all the military they got arrested. Look at all the police officers they got arrested. Yeah. All right. There were 2 police officers in Seattle and Washington that got arrested. There was a former Rocky Mount police officer that was arrested. He was actually a National Guard member. He was active duty. There were other police officers from various agencies around the world or around the country. So, a lot of people talking about, it is Trump supporters. All right. Yeah, there were obviously Trump supporters out there, and there were obviously left wing protesters out there. Um, I'm not denying that there weren't Trump supporters out there. All right, there were. Fact of the matter is, Antifa and Black Lives Matter were out there causing destruction. All right. All we did was try to get our voices heard. All right, and now everybody's like, "Oh my God, look at all the Trump supporters. Look at Trump, how he caused this." All right, Trump didn't cause this. Trump was like, "Hey, I want y'all to go out there, have your voices heard, be peaceful." All right, and even after that, he was like, "All right, don't fight with police, be peaceful." All right, he even came out again. Police are on our side. Don't fight with them. All right. And then he came out with a message after that, recorded message talking about, just go home, alright? He came out with another message, talking about, we don't want violence. If you truly support me, you won't have violence, alright? And that's the problem. People that are out there, yeah, there are a lot of Trump supporters out there, but they're not the ones causing the damage. It's the Antifa and Black Lives Matter that are causing damage, alright? And one of them got arrested, alright? Every time, oh, he's just a reporter. Yeah, I'm sure he was, alright? You take him at his word, but you don't take us at our word. I mean, what's the difference, alright? There's no difference other than that him and his supporters were causing destruction while we were trying to get our voices heard. Now, he was arrested. He was found with a gas mask on and he had a knife, alright? So, with that being said, he has been arrested. Now, a lot of people are talking about there was a person there that was seen carrying zip ties. He was arrested. Everybody's talking about, he shouldn't be let go. Well, he was let go. And he was put on probationary watch at his home in Texas. And everybody's talking about he's a danger to society. Alright, so if you really want to go that route with it, I can bring up all kind of people that were a danger to society in these summer months when all these so-called peaceful protests were going on, and everybody's like, oh, they're just expressing their opinion, they're just trying to say how they feel, all right? But when we go out there, it's a problem, and on top of that, we weren't even causing no issues. We were just out there trying to say how we feel, and we get these left-wing protesters that come out there and cause destruction, and the media is going to be like, oh, well, Trump caused this, Trump supporters caused this, and yeah, I mean, honestly, gas prices in my state are already going up. I mean, they don't went up from like $1.89 to like 2.19, 2.20, so it's already happening. Um, and even people that voted for Joe Biden are backtracking what they did. Now, I don't know. I think what happened is on the 19th and the 20th is not going to be good. I think left wing protesters will definitely be out there. But definitely Trump supporters will be out there too. And what happens on the 20th is going to be a big day. And yeah, they're sending all these troops to Washington, D.C., and that's fine. But, they're talking about protesting in 50 states. You got 20,000 of them in Washington, D.C. So what about all these other 49? Like, what about these other 50 states? Yeah, gas is definitely gonna be $5 a gallon. And another thing, he's talking about raising minimum wage to $15 an hour when that's stupid. All right. So you're telling me I walk into McDonald's, somebody gets paid $15 an hour to take my order. All right. So you got 10 people in there that make $15 an hour. That adds up in no time. So that tells you right there that a hamburger is gonna be like $10 by itself. It don't make sense. Like, if you want money, you gotta work for it. I mean, it's as simple as that. Um, if you work fast food, you work fast food. It is what it is. If you're the CEO of office, you're obviously gonna make a lot more money. But you deserve that. Yeah, exactly. I mean, prices are gonna go up, and it goes even into grocery stores. All right, milk's like $2 now. All right, that's gonna go up to easily 5, 6, 7, $8 per gallon of milk. And I don't think Joe Biden realized that. Yeah, who wouldn't want to make $15 an hour? Everybody would love to make $15 an hour or more. That's great, but you know, you gotta realize that the cost of living will go up. Houses, gas, food, eating out, people who smoke, alcohol, whatever case may be. Yeah, see, like, even at grocery stores, like, I'll go out, get like 10, 15 things, they'd be like $70, $80, and you didn't even really get enough food. I mean, you can go, just one person can go to a fast food restaurant, spend $8 or $9, and still be hungry after you eat. It don't make no sense. And he's still talking about $15 an hour, and I don't think he understands the consequences behind that. But honestly, that's not, to me. What happens on the 19th and the 20th is gonna be the determining factor. Joe Biden was supposed to have some kind of practice speech, but it got canceled due to threats. And again, you got 20,000 troops in Washington, D.C. That's great, alright? But I can tell you right now, whatever happens, happens, alright? And if it comes sooner than the 20th, those troops aren't prepared, alright? They're going to start preparing the 18th, 19th, and 20th, probably, alright? And there are speculations that stuff could happen on the 17th, alright? And I don't know. Washington has taken a lot of precautions. They put up, I believe it was like 10 feet of barbed wire. They got the troops out there. But it's still set up, in my personal opinion. Alright, I mean, they had no cops on the Capitol steps. None. they had like 6 cops and 100,000 people out there, 200,000 people out there, and you have 6 cops on the Capitol steps. You really didn't think that nothing else would happen. You really didn't think these people would try and storm Capitol. You didn't think there'd be left-wing protesters out there. And you have 6 cops on the Capitol steps trying to fight back a whole crowd of people. It ain't gonna work. All right, appreciate this. Appreciate it, man. And yeah, Biden, I don't know. Republicans are talking about impeaching him the day he gets in office, and we all know Joe Biden didn't win. We all know that for a fact. But will he get impeached? I don't know. I mean, he got through all this. The election was rigged. It was proven it was rigged. There were votes found, and he still won. He still got it. All right. Same thing in Georgia. It was proven that it was rigged. It was proven that it wasn't gonna work, and people in Georgia still won. Oh yeah. If that's not the case, then something will happen to him, whether it's that or whatever case may be. The White House doctor already said that he's worried about Joe Biden's health, and that's pretty bad. When you got the White House doctor saying this before you get in to office, you already got the doctor saying, "I'm worried about your health." Now, I do joke a lot about Joe Biden, about his health and whatnot, but at the end of the day, um, I'm pretty serious at the same time, even though I joke about it a lot. He obviously has issues going on. Seems like he has Alzheimer's, maybe. The way he forgets, the way he just rambles on and on and on. So, I am worried about his health. And a lot of people already know that he picked Kamala Harris for a reason. He picked Kamala Harris just to have that rule. And when he's gone, it's only going to get worse. It would be a lot worse when she's in office than when he's in office. But, like you were saying, he will not be there long. I give it 1 to 2 months at the most that he's going to be there. But, again, the biggest thing for me is what's going to happen on the 20th or the 19th, whatever. Now, again, the 17th is Sunday. So the 18th will be Tuesday, 19th is Wednesday, and the 20th is Thursday. Um, you know, a lot of people talking about bringing guns. A lot of people talking about protesters are. Um, what happened on January 6th is that wasn't Trump supporters there. All right, that was a lot of Antifa that caused destruction. A lot of Antifa that caused violence. There are a lot of ones that planted the bombs. Again, the Black Lives Matter protester was arrested for having a gas mask and a knife. Again, the 20th, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be crazy. All right. I think we'll start seeing people show up the 18th. As far as Trump goes, they're talking about impeaching him after Joe Biden gets in office. And yeah, that will prevent him from holding any kind of government office again if he does get impeached. But even Joe Biden has come out and said, I don't want that to interfere with my agenda. So even Joe Biden's like, just let him go, let him do his thing, alright? So if Joe Biden's calling for it, just let it go, alright? Joe Biden knows that y'all don't have a chance of impeaching him, and Trump's not worried about it either. Because he did nothing wrong. Everybody's talking about, oh, we're going to charge him for incitement of a riot. Charge him for what? Treeland, I'm just pretty much talking about what happens, what I think is going to happen on the 20th, and how Joe Biden's already raising gas prices in my state. Um, but again, what happens on the 20th is it's gonna be a lot worse than what happened on the 6th. Again, hey Soundman. Again, what happens on the 20th will be a lot worse than what happened on the 6th. I mean, the 6th was not a lot of Trump supporters being violent. All right, what happens on the 20th? Yeah, there'll probably be a lot more people being violent, and there'll be a lot more people with guns, and it'll be a lot worse. I mean, that's just how it is. Everybody knows that. Anybody who has a clue about what's going on is knows that. Hey Gregory, how you doing? Honestly, same thing, Miss Monte. I thought that it was either gonna be coronavirus or when he went and got his shot, he was gonna drop dead there. I honestly thought that was gonna be one of two things. And honestly, he did say he was sick. It was like a week after he broke his ankle or whatever he did to his ankle, sprained it. He was like, I'm not feeling good. I'm sick. So we all know that something's gonna happen to him. Whether it's something to do with coronavirus, and it could still be coronavirus. I mean, they say there's new strains. I don't believe all these new strains coming out. Like they said, it was originated in May, so it took you. I mean, let's count out. All right, so May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. So it took you 9 months to find out people had this new strain of coronavirus. And this new strain is supposed to be so contagious, supposed to be so much more deadlier, but it took you 9 months for someone to get it, but it's supposed to be the most contagious one ever. So, anyways, I go on about coronavirus. But, as far as 20th goes, they already got troops in DC. They got 20,000 of them out there. But there are military members that are saying they're not gonna do what they need to do. There are police officers saying they're not gonna do what they need to do. And again, 2 police officers in Seattle, Washington, got arrested for being there. There was a active duty National Guard member that was arrested for being there, and a former police officer that was arrested for being there. Now, with that being said, all these people have the experience and the training to back out what they're going to do. Yeah, I think everybody should open carry. It's going to get worse before it gets better. If it gets better at all, who knows? But it's definitely going to get worse before it gets better. And as, even Capitol Police were out there wearing Trump hats, taking selfies, leading protesters. So when the Capitol Police were out there, then that tells you right there. And everybody's talking about that one police officer here and that was leading the people. Some people say he was running away, trying to get away from the protesters. Now I watched that video. All right, they weren't attacking him. All right, every time he ran, they ran and they stopped. He didn't get assaulted. If anybody, he was pushing the crowd back. He's the one who assaulted somebody. All right, nobody assaulted him. Now again, could there have been a lot more that was done to stop this? Yeah, there could have been. I think the Capitol Police weren't really prepared for what was going to happen, and that's fine. Everybody has the right to their political opinion and how they feel, and I think that's why a lot of police officers now are saying they're going to stand up. A lot of military are saying that they're not going to take it no more because they know what side each candidate is on. They know what side Joe Biden's on. They know which side Trump is on. And they know that, all right? Every police officer out there who has anything to do with politics, and if you're a police officer, you probably follow politics, you know that Trump is on your side. Alright, Joe Biden wants to defund the police. He wants to get rid of police. He can't even say law enforcement and you expect him to support you? No. Alright, we all know Trump is big on military. He's saw this and he showed it plenty of times. Many times that he's shown support for military and law enforcement. So these people are obviously going to support Trump over Joe Biden, and they're not just going to let Trump walk away. Now, a lot of people are talking about, will Joe Biden get assassinated on the 20th? You know, I don't think Joe Biden's going to get assassinated. What I do think is that, you know, there will be protests and more than Washington, D.C. I think there will be some in, even like Trump said, even in these states where, you know, election was rigged and it was proven, like Michigan is going to be a big one to watch. Pennsylvania is going to be a big one to watch. Ohio is going to be a big one to watch. You know, I definitely watch those 3 states too. And Arizona is probably going to be a big one to watch. Those are going to be the biggest ones to watch right there. Now, places like California, everybody on the West Coast, you know, I don't think that you're really a concern because obviously, yeah, they called the state for Joe Biden as soon as the polls closed. All right, they closed at 11, I believe it was. 11:05. Oh, Joe Biden won. There's no way you counted that many votes and all that. But it's a predominantly blue state, Democratic state, so yeah, Joe Biden's probably gonna win. But it took you that long to call California, Washington. It took you 5 minutes, but states that Trump already won, Florida and North Carolina, it took you days to call. Like, it took Florida 12 hours, and it took North Carolina, like, a week to call it. And Trump had already won. Treeland, yeah, I think Michigan is going to be crazy. You know, I definitely think Michigan's going to be one of those spots. Gregory, I mean, I don't know. I think Arizona's going to be a state to watch. Like I said, I don't think it's going to be one of the big ones. I think Michigan, Pennsylvania is going to be the bigger ones, along with Washington. And then it's going to be Ohio and Arizona. But, I haven't heard nothing about that, Treeland. At least I haven't heard anything about it. It just came out. Let me see. I haven't seen anything about nothing at a Google campus building, but I'm gonna keep talking, but I'm trying to find it. Anyways, you know, yeah, speaking, since you brought up Google censorship and all that, you know, a lot of people are leaving Twitter now, and I don't blame them. All right, you know, they just cut Trump off for no reason, and a lot of people have left that. A lot of people are going to Gab, and you know, I thought about changing over also, but I saw at the same time, you know, no site's gonna be safe. All right. What's on YouTube today is going to be. Hey Avery, how you doing? But what happens on YouTube Day will happen in Gab tomorrow, Parlor. You know, everybody's talking about, oh, Parlor's coming back. It don't matter if Parlor's coming back or not. it don't matter because all this is gonna do is gonna transfer over. All right, because YouTube used to be free speech. You say what you want. You have freedom of speech. Now it's changed over. Same thing with Facebook. You used to be able to post what you want. Now you can't even post anything about being put in Facebook jail, censored. Instagram, it's all the same. All right, Parler got removed, so it don't really matter where you go. All right, somewhere somebody's watching what you say. Everybody's watching what you say. Somebody knows what you're doing at all times. So it really don't matter where you go. If they want you shut down, they're gonna shut you down. All right. The only thing you can do is keep making content. All right. Like I said, there's another person I follow called Citizen Man, and his whole channel got taken down. All right, he had over 5,000 subscribers, and his channel got taken down, and they won't tell him why. Just like when I was banned for a week. Oh, you're banned for a week, and they removed my video, but they won't tell me why I'm banned for a week. So, he actually has two backup channels. I only have one, but if this one gets taken down, then I'll probably make another one. Yeah, I thought about leaving Facebook. But again, I'm not really on Facebook like I am on here. I just have some family and a couple friends. That's the only other thing I really use. Um, Treeland, but yeah, if you see anything about the what's happening at the Google thing, you can definitely type it in because I haven't heard anything about it. But again, if you see anything, you definitely type it in. But all these little apps are going to crap. I mean, even Snapchat's in on it now. Science was that is that on the internet? Um, but like I said, even Snapchat is on it, and they banned Trump's account. Now I didn't even know I was on YouTube. But I didn't even know Trump had a YouTube or Snapchat. So apparently he did. I don't know what he did on there or what he was doing on there. Alright, okay, so suspicious package found at Google campus in Mountain View. Okay, so I don't know where Mountain View is, but, suspicious package found there. So, we'll see there if anything happens with that. But anyways, like I said, Trump's getting censored from all kind of different things, whether it's Snapchat, YouTube, Instagram, um, Facebook, and even YouTube has censored him all the way. Facebook's talking about he's not coming back. Twitter said he's not coming back, and Twitter has lost like so many people. And they're talking about, oh, we still made the right decision. We back our decision, um, and that's fine. As far as me personally, I've seen a lot of YouTubers and a lot of celebrities apologize over the past 5 months. I'm about, I'm sorry for what I said in reference to Trump because they support him. And me personally, if you say it, then you mean it. All right, don't say something you don't mean. All right. If I say something, I'm not gonna back down on what I say. That's just how it is. If I say it, I mean it, and I'm not gonna back down on it. And I don't care whether who likes it or who don't like it. All right, if I say it, I mean it, and I'm not gonna back down from what I say. Um, and I'm not gonna say if I don't think it's the right time to say it, I'm gonna wait till the right time to say it. But I'm still not gonna back down from what I say, and I think that's a lot of problem in America right now. People need to stand up more for what's right and not follow the trend on social media, alright? I mean, a lot of people talking about, oh, well, look at this protest or riots over the summer. Let me go join because I don't like the police. Why don't you like the police? Well, I just don't. That's no reason to go out there. And then same people about, oh, I don't like the police. Why don't you? I don't know. They go out there, get arrested. Oh, I shouldn't have been arrested. I actually like y'all. But yeah, you were out here burning buildings, stealing shoes and all that. And yeah, you want to complain when you get arrested. That's not how it works. Either you're with it or you're not with it. I mean, it's no different than doing your job, alright? You might hate that job, but either you're with it or you're not. But, go back a couple comments, somebody said how's Biden raising gas prices in your state when he isn't in power yet. Alright. Joe Biden already has his plan in place. He's already raising prices. I mean, he don't have to be in office to raise prices. He's already talking about 1.9 trillion, and people who have lots of money in the stock market are worried. Alright, stock market's already starting to drop. People are worried. Talking about there's going to be a big economic drop. They're talking about his $1.9 trillion plan is going to cost 400,000 jobs. And yeah, it will cost jobs. And Joe Biden's going to raise everything up, and it's going to be inflated. And, he's talking about, he don't want socialism. He wants to unite the country, alright? Everything you're doing is socialism, and it's against uniting the country, alright? Number one, you sitting here raising prices is not going to unite people. That's going to cause more people to get robbed. It's going to cause more shoplifting. And that's going to cause people to go to jail because they can't afford the food or what they have. Yeah, exactly. A lot of people feel like they're entitled to a lot of things, but they're not. But again, everybody's gonna end up going to jail because for robbery or shoplifting because they have to feed their family, but everything's, $30 and you're making $15 an hour. Alright, Treeline. But everybody's gonna end up going to jail because everything is so high. And then he's talking about he wants to unite the country. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea, great plan. Our country's pretty divided, but you're talking about minority-owned businesses are your top priority. Then women-owned businesses. So you want Hispanic, Black, Latino, Japanese, Chinese-owned businesses first, right? Then you want women-owned businesses. Then you want white people at the back of the line. So, as far as coronavirus goes, alright, you should be focusing on all these businesses that were forced to shut down due to the government. Not just the ones you feel like were racially profiled or whatever the case may be. Because there's a lot of white people that lost businesses. There's a lot of white people that lost thousands of dollars in this. It's not just black people. It's not just Hispanic people. It's not just women, alright? It's everybody is affected by this. Alright, and everybody's thinking that Trump is not taking coronavirus seriously, alright? He's taking the virus seriously, but he kind of thinks how I think, in a way, as far as coronavirus goes, alright? He thinks that the numbers are made up. And I do too, to a certain extent. Alright, for 3 days now, in my state alone, they're talking about, coronavirus cases skyrocket, alright? Now, the first day that they had internal system issues, supposedly, they had internal system issues which affected numbers in a negative way. They were supposed to be a lot higher. Alright, we had 3,000. Alright, next day it was 2,000. Yesterday it was, close to 5,000. Yeah, I'll shoot you an email sometime today. But all these numbers are in the thousands, way, way into the thousands, but the numbers are still off. So what, is it supposed to be like 6,000, 7,000 cases? Alright, and another thing people don't realize is, think about it like this. Alright, let's just look at California, for example, alright? Everybody's talking about, hey, how you doing? Alright, everybody's looking at California as a big one. They're talking about a person every 6 minutes is getting affected, and a person like every 13 minutes, 14 minutes is dying from coronavirus, alright? Now, even if that's true, alright, let's just say that's true, but California is a big state, alright? And in LA now, this is what they want people to do, alright? They want you to wear a mask inside your house. Now, everybody called me, crazy for thinking like that. Everybody's like, oh, that's never going to happen. Alright, well, it happened in Pennsylvania. They're like, if you have more than like 2 people over, you're supposed to wear a mask, alright? And they say in LA, if you're essential worker, when you come home, you're supposed to wear a mask to protect the vulnerable. Alright, so, like, what if nobody's living in my house? Like, you still want me to wear a mask when I'm by myself? I'm telling you, this is exactly what they want. Alright, and like this, alright? And New York, they want to pass a law. I said this on here, for y'all those that haven't heard it, I'm going to say it. Now, in LA County, they want to pass, in New York, they want to pass a law where if, let's say you order a package from Amazon, the driver of that delivered the package, he gets tested, he has coronavirus, alright? So, they're going to detain him for having coronavirus, alright? They're going to come to your house. If that package is inside your house, they're going to detain you. They're going to take you to some kind of detention facility, and they're going to keep you there until they deem that you're ready to go back out into the community. So you're telling me that if I order a package, dude gets tested, he gets tested positive for coronavirus, I take the package inside and open it, I may or may not have it, you're going to detain him and me, take me to some kind of facility where some doctor that I don't know, and I don't know you, and you're going to tell me that I can't leave until a doctor says I'm ready to go. Hey Christy, how you doing? I appreciate your support. Yeah, it's definitely, it's not real. I mean, the virus itself is real, just the amount of people getting infected and the amount of people dying is not real. Yeah, as far as people getting the vaccine, a lot of people are talking about you can't fly, you won't be able to fly, they're going to restrict that. Well, I guess I won't be flying no more, because I'm not taking a vaccine, alright? I'm not doing it. And a lot of people are talking about, well, your job's going to force you to do it. Well, if that's the case, then either I'll get another job or I won't have a job. I mean, there's no way a job can force you to take a vaccine. At least it shouldn't be constitutional, but they're trying to pass that, and I don't know if it'll pass or not. And some of these Democratic run states, it might, like LA, New York, they might pass there. And a lot of people are talking about Texas lately. Hospitals on the verge of breaking. Yeah, Christy, exactly. There's been people that have died in car wrecks and said they got coronavirus. There's been people that come out and said they got tested positive for coronavirus and they never even got a test. So, like, I just don't believe it. And every day my state sends out numbers, and like I said, for 3 days, they're talking about we've had 2,000, 4,000 cases, and every day they're talking about, oh, the number's supposed to be higher, our internal systems are messed up. What do you mean your internal systems are messed up? And why is it taking you 3 days and it's still not fixed? So what are you doing? Just typing in numbers? What was it supposed to be, 14,000 a day? I mean, it don't make no sense. And prayers for you and your family, Christy. Exactly, Gregory. You know, I don't know how that's going in New York. I haven't heard nothing in a couple days about it, but everybody's been talking about it because everybody's worried. And it's all coming down to it. Um, you know, everybody can say COVID-19 is real, it's not real, whatever. It started in China, alright? And how it got over here, who knows? Alright, who knows how it got over here? It could have been, yeah, somebody could have traveled over here, and China could have been trying to kill their own people, and it got over here that way. China could have been trying to take control, and somebody came over here. Exactly, Christy. Matter of fact, one of the people I work with, he got tested positive for coronavirus, and like the first day he had it, yeah, he was sick. You know, he felt like crap. Second day, third day, yeah, he felt like crap. Okay, but the fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth day, he felt better, and he just had that time off paid. You know, that's just how it is. Obviously, the older you are, and the more underlying health conditions you have, yeah, you know, you probably have a better chance of having more serious side effects and getting it. But at the end of the day, there's still been so many people that have recovered, and they, you know, they don't want to talk about that. I mean, there's been people in their hundreds that have recovered, upper 90s, hundreds that have recovered from this. You know, as far as the flu goes, this is why I don't trust vaccines right here. Alright? Got the flu shot 2 years in a row. Back to back, got the flu. Never had the flu before then. Got the flu shot, got the flu. Next year, got the flu shot, got the flu. And since then, knock on wood, I haven't had the flu. It just amazes me how I went all these years without a vaccine, didn't get the flu. Got the flu shot 2 years in a row, got it. And then I don't get it all these years later, and I don't get the flu. See, I never got actually sick from the flu shot. I just got the flu itself. And doctors talking about, oh, well, they don't 100% prevent it. Well, if they don't 100% prevent it, what's the point of me getting it? And everybody's talking about, you know, all these doctors talking about we got to wear masks for all of 2021 to make sure that the virus is under control. Apparently, the masks aren't working. Alright? If we're still getting, you know, thousands a day of cases, hundreds and thousands of people are dying a week, alright? Obviously, the masks aren't working. Alright, and I don't think they realize that it makes them look bad. I mean, it really does make you look bad when you sit there and scream, wear a mask, social distance, but yet people are now not wearing masks because it's not working. I mean, what's the point of us continuing to wear masks if it's not working? And I've realized now that stores are, or some stores are stepping it up now. You know, I just don't, I don't know, it don't make no sense. But my store personally, and where I work, they're not forcing people to wear masks, including employees. Well, let me rephrase that. They want us to wear a mask, but they don't make us cover our faces with it, alright? They just say wear a mask. And all the managers know this. So most of the time mine's down here. It's a chin strap. Alright. I refuse to wear it. I'm not covering my nose with it. Alright. Now I went into Walmart and the guy's sitting there with a buggy full of masks, right? Now I had mine in my car and he's talking about, well, you can't enter without a mask. I was like, okay. So I went and got my mask, had it right here. Took it off. There were so many people not wearing masks. And that's what people are doing. They're like, okay, well, I need my groceries, so I'm going to go in with the mask on and take it right back off. You can't force people to wear a mask. And then they're talking about, well, if you have an age condition or a medical condition, you can't wear it. No, because then they're like, oh my God, they're not wearing a mask. Like, I've had so many people come up to me personally where I work, like, oh, they're not wearing a mask, you're not wearing a mask, okay, and what's your point? Alright, I'm not going to go out there and be like, hey, you wear a mask. Alright, like another worker came up to me and said, somebody's scared because you're not wearing a mask. I said, I mean, as long as they're wearing a mask, they should be okay. Exactly, Christy. Like when this whole thing first started, I was like, all right, I can deal with the mask. It's fine, whatever. It might be a good idea. But every time after, I would always have a headache after I had done wearing the mask. It's not healthy to wear a mask. And doctors talking about, oh, well, we're wearing for, 13 hours, 14-hour shifts, and we're fine. No, you don't. No, you don't, because my dad was up there a couple weeks ago, and I have a family up there that I went and seen, and friends, and I've seen doctors and nurses back behind the counters not wearing masks. All right. Yeah, they might wear them when there's, when they're talking to somebody, but they're not gonna be like, you know what? Let me just wear a mask 13, 14-hour shifts. No, and y'all get breaks on top of it, so there's no way you do it. It's not possible. You're gonna pass out eventually. Yeah, anybody who wears a mask, again, that's your opinion. If you want to wear it, that's great, but, you shouldn't force other people to wear them. I was talking to a guy the other day. He was like, I refuse to wear a mask. And I was like, I don't blame you. I said, I don't wear one. And I don't blame anybody who doesn't wear one. Yes, man, I think it's population control also. You know, they don't want us together. And that's why they keep talking about coronavirus, new strains, and all this, because they don't want us to be with people who find out their plan. They don't want us around people. And that's why some people are, well, oh yeah, you got coronavirus, yeah, you got coronavirus, yeah, you got coronavirus. And they're just saying you got it, just be like, yeah, you got it, whatever. See, Chrissy, I wish I worked from home. Because there are so many people that are stupid out in public. Like, since this whole thing has started, it's been horrible. Now, let's see. Alright, this just came out 11 minutes ago. Breaking news. Now, this is from CNN, alright. Nearly 300 cases are open in connection to the Capitol riot, U.S. officials say. Deals are not being cut with defendants, even those who self-surrender. Alright. 300 cases are open. So, everybody's talking about all these people are spreading coronavirus and all this. What, like, all these people that were in the Capitol, you tell me. Working in the public has its benefits and its downfalls. I like working with people, but not right now. Now, there are a lot of people I know that I actually talk to that don't wear a mask, and I can deal with them. It's the people that, like, oh, you don't have your mask on, you're not wearing a mask. Those are the people I can't deal with. And the thing that really gets me, this is the part I don't get. People that wear the mask inside their cars. That's the thing that I don't get. How are you wearing a mask in your car? Alright, like, the few times I actually wore it, um, like, I had a, like, your vision gets affected after so far out. So you're sitting here driving wearing a mask. Number one, that's not healthy to do that. Number two, what's the point? Like, did your car get coronavirus? Like, I honestly think some people go out there and be like, hey, my car has coronavirus, so I'm gonna wear a mask. What are you doing with your life? Like, I honestly feel like these people go to sleep with their mask on. Yeah, exactly. I mean, all I can do is laugh at them because it's funny, but it's sad at the same time. Like, they believe the media so much that they think they have to wear a mask inside their own car. Like, I don't know. Like, how do you wear a mask inside your own car? I don't get that. Like, yeah, I feel like these people just wear the mask inside the house. Now, I've seen people walking down the road wearing masks too. I'm like, what are you doing with your life? Now, as far as wearing a mask in a building, I always have one with me because obviously, you're gonna be forced to have one with you. But, it is what it is. Yeah, a lot of people hide behind them. Honestly, I'm surprised bank robberies haven't gone up. With the whole mask thing, I'm surprised bank robberies have not gone up. Because, what are they going to do? Tell you can't wear a mask inside the bank? Because everywhere now, you're supposed to wear a mask, so what are they going to do? Yeah, Chris, yeah, actually, I've had people come up to me in parking lots talking about, are you not going to wear a mask? First of all, if you're that worried about coronavirus, why are you coming at me if I don't have a mask on? Number two, I'm in the parking lot. I'm not even inside the building. I'm in the parking lot of the store. Not, I don't understand. But I'm surprised bank robbery really hasn't gone up. I honestly thought that was a crime that would go up since everybody has to wear a mask. Exactly. When people come up to me about the mask, it's really hard for me to just stay calm about it. Like, people are so nosy, and that's why we have problems in America right now, because of nosy people, and they can't mind their own business. As far as the whole coronavirus thing goes, me personally, it's your choice, alright? If you believe the media, then you might as well just go ahead and wear a mask 24/7. Where you shower, eat, sleep, don't take it off. I've even been out to restaurants, and I've seen people keep the mask on while they're waiting for food, and this is what they do. They have the mask pulled down. They'll pull it up like this, eat, and then while they're chewing, they'll pull it right back down. Like, if you're that way about coronavirus, you need to stay home. See, I thought about, the whole mask thing as far as people getting sick and everything. And, and I figured if I see an elderly couple, I'll put it on for them, but that's about it. And, I haven't had 20, thankfully. I've only had about 5 people. But, again, like the people inside the restaurants, that's even funnier than the people in the cars. Because, like, they're sitting there waiting on the food with a mask on. They really just pull it up, eat, pull it back down, and chew. Like, that makes no sense. Because think about it, alright? Let's just say, Waffle House. Alright, let's just take Waffle House for example. Alright, you walk in with your mask. Alright, you set it, you still wearing it, you're waiting on your food, alright? But you get something to drink, so you're touching the cup. Alright, you're touching all the silverware. You're touching the plates. You're touching the counter. You're touching door handles. Alright, so all that you just touched, and you're going to touch the mask to pull it up and eat, and then you're going to touch it again to pull it back down, up, down. Like, you're touching your mask so many times. And I don't get it. And, everybody's talking about, oh, you don't need, you shouldn't have to touch your mask. People take breaks. People, you're going to end up touching your mask at some point in time. Alright, here we go right here. Alright, this is from NBC. Virus kills millions worldwide. The global COVID death toll surpasses 2 million just over a year after the virus first detected. Alright. And our CDC says United Kingdom coronavirus variant could become the predominant strain in U.S. by March. Like, how long are y'all going to keep coronavirus up? Like, how long do you think you can just keep going with it? Like, eventually people are going to say, screw you, screw this, and screw the mask. People are already doing it, but it's going to become more and more and more and more and more. Until people are not wearing it. Alright? And honestly, 2 million people in 2 years, is that possible? Yeah. Do I believe all that? No. I mean, 2 million people, that's a lot of people. Somebody earlier said, for it to be as many people that died, alright, there would have to be 10 passenger jets full of people that would have to fall every day. 10 of them full would have to fall every day. So that was like 270 people, 300 people per passenger jet for 10 of them every day. So, like, that's so many people. And people still think that it's real. I mean, 10 times 300 is 3,000. So, you're pretty much saying 30,000 people, or 300,000 people a day die. And that's not right. There's no way that many people are dying. We'd be back on lockdown if so many people, like, again, they can sit here and say that, coronavirus this, coronavirus that is the biggest thing, it's the worst thing. But they didn't say it when all these riots were happening. What happened when all these riots were happening all over the world? What happened then? Nobody was really talking about coronavirus then. But Trump holds a protest. Oh my God, coronavirus. Alright? When the Capitol got stormed, they talking about, oh my God, coronavirus. These senators are forced to be with people that have coronavirus. So let me get this straight. You're telling me senators were there that had coronavirus? No, there's no way. Yeah, exactly, Gregory. I mean, it really depends on where you go, I guess. A lot of people and a lot of businesses are not going to force you to wear a mask. Like, even where I work, they even be like, we require you to wear a mask. If you need a mask, you need to go up front, whatever. Nobody follows that. Exactly, Treeland. How come all these doctors are not getting sick, not dying? It has been like a couple that I remember have gotten COVID-19, but why have they not gotten it? And they're supposed to be right there on top of it with them. Um, as far as Pelosi goes, all these people that are making these laws are breaking them. Talking about, oh, don't go out, stay in your home. Okay, wear a mask. So you think it's okay to not wear a mask, go out in public and get your hair done, and force a business to open that was closed? Makes no sense. Same thing with Gavin Newsom. You go out with your friends and family to eat, no mask, no social distancing. Then the next day, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna close it down. I got what I wanted. Um, Mayor Bill de Blasio, he wrote a book, and he was like, how to deal with a COVID-19 crisis or how to deal with a crisis. So, last time I checked, COVID-19 is still going on. All right, and this was a couple months ago. But COVID-19 is still going on, and you're telling us how to deal with a crisis. You're making a profit off your book, but coronavirus is still going on. So that means either you know something we don't know, or you think we don't know. Dr. Burks, she resigned due to pressure because she went out and broke her own coronavirus restrictions. There was another CDC director that broke coronavirus restrictions. She resigned over pressure. But none of this coronavirus. Yeah, exactly. I think, I think a lot of hospitals, it depends on one, where you live. There are nurses that I've talked to, um, when everybody was buying all the toilet paper and stuff. And nurses told me, there was like, really, there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do. If you get it, you get it. But most of the time, it's just going to be like a bad version of the flu. That's all it really is. And there's nothing they can do for it. They can keep you if your fever's too high and you can't get it down, they'll keep you for that because it could elevate your heart rate. Or if you're having trouble breathing, then yeah, they'll keep you obviously to help you breathe. But other than that, there's no reason for them to keep you, and there's nothing they can do. Um, Gary, hey Gary, how you doing? Honestly, I've been thinking, and well, Pelosi technically could be president if everything falls right, but I don't think that's gonna be the case. I definitely think it'll be like 1 to 3 months. Um, we'll see. I definitely think it's gonna be 1 to 3 months when something happens. Again, there's always that chance that something can happen on the 20th with Joe Biden. A lot of people talking about, he's gonna get executed. I don't think he's gonna get executed. That's not gonna happen. Now, what happens in other states? That's gonna be the real question. That's gonna be what really happens. I think Michigan and Pennsylvania are going to be the two big ones to watch. I don't think much is going to happen in DC. No, I think a lot of people will show up. Obviously, there's going to be Antifa, Black Lives Matter, and what other left-wing protesters there are, or groups there are. They're obviously going to be out there. But there's going to be a lot more Trump supporters and a lot more pissed off Trump supporters than there were to start with. Then on the 6th. And that's what's gonna happen. And I think there will be violence in DC on the 20th. I just don't think Joe Biden's gonna get executed. I think Michigan and Ohio are going to be the ones to watch. And then maybe Ohio and Arizona. Yeah, I mean, Trump's leaving peacefully. He's said so many messages and urged people to be peaceful. He said, if you truly support me, we don't support violence, we don't do this, I want a peaceful transition. And at this point, we all know it's rigged, alright? But there's nothing anybody can do about it. I mean, Trump can sit here and fight, but really all he's doing is, all he's doing is wasting his money. Because all these lawyers are sitting here filing appeal after appeal after appeal after appeal, and nothing's getting done about it. They're just like, you know what? We're not going to hear your case. You just wasted all your money and time doing this. Yeah, see, in my state, we sent troops to Washington, and they're expecting protests here. Now, again, this is a southern state, alright? So, I don't expect a lot of counter protesters. I expect a lot of Trump supporters to be down there to express their opinion. I don't expect a lot of counter protesters. Again, up north, I will think that there will be more counter protesters just because of where it is. Christie, I mean, there are some women out there that I think might be good people, good presidents. Somebody like Candace Owens, she might be a good president. Um, she's really the only one I think off the top hand that would actually be a good president. I mean, Candace Owens is one of the people, like one of the only females I would actually vote for being president. I feel like she would actually try to do what's right. She's like the only one I can think of offhand. Um, a lot of people were talking about Elizabeth Warren. Honestly, I never listened to her because I had no plans on voting for her. I already had my vote planned out. A lot of people seem she was actually one of the calmer Democrats, and if she ever runs again, I'll listen to her, just to see what she has to say. But the only person I actually vote for a female as president that I can think of offhand is Candace Owens. She's the only one who actually knows what she's talking about and actually has facts to back up what she's talking about, and she's not afraid to stand up to anybody. And a lot of people like Kayleigh McEnany, the White House press secretary, she is awesome. All right. If she ever ran for president, I would probably vote for her. Like, she has so much facts, she will stand up to any reporter out there and anybody else. Honestly, I thought she was great for Trump. Her and Trump went perfect together. All right. I honestly think them two were just perfect together. But as far as Kamala Harris, she's obviously radical, and she's going to enforce those policies of defund the police and all that. And that's what's happening now. Joe Biden's getting everybody in place. That's why all these former Obama secretaries or defense secretaries are up there. They're getting ready. And he's getting it set in place so he can fall off the face of the earth, die, trip and fall, whatever the case may be. Not mentally fit to serve, or whatever the case may be. He's getting it set in place so Kamala Harris can already take over and have whoever else she wants in there. Nancy Pelosi, another squad member. Who knows? Alright. But Joe Biden's getting that set in place, and when he dies or whatever happens to him, mentally fit, unstable, whatever, it's going to get worse. And honestly, I don't think our country is going to get better. I think it's going to get worse. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Chris. I mean, there's so much that they haven't done. Like, and just the remarks that Joe Biden made. How can you sit there and vote for him just from the remarks he made? Like, you ain't black, or you ain't really black if you don't, unless you vote for me. And even people said they didn't vote for Joe Biden, they voted for Kamala Harris. So that tells you right there. There are radical people out there that will vote for her. I don't know how many, but there are radical people out there that will vote for her. But I just don't understand. If I was black, I would not vote for Joe Biden or Kamala Harris. All right, because I do my research. All right, and that's why there's people that have hundreds of thousands of millions of followers, such as ABL and Brandon Tatum. All right, because they know the truth. All right, and that's why they have hundreds of thousands or millions of subscribers. Even after getting censored, they still got that many subscribers. All right, AAP. Hope you have a good day. I'm about to get off too, but I hope you have a good day. Yeah, it's Reland. Honestly, that's weird how the Simpsons have predicted a lot of stuff that has actually happened. Um, I've always wondered how they've predicted so much stuff that has happened. I mean, it's weird, and a lot of people question that. It could just be coincidental. It could just be, who knows? But it's definitely weird that they predicted a lot of stuff that has happened, and everybody's talking about, oh, what's gonna be next, and who knows? Um, but just to kind of sum up everything, whatever happens on the 20th is gonna happen. There's no stopping it. All right. These people that are going out there are grown people. All right. Whether you're on the right side or the left side, they're all grown people. All right, and they're gonna do what they want to do at the end of the day. All right. And again, some people are talking about the 17th. Is something's gonna happen there? I don't know about that. I haven't really heard much about the 17th, but again, we'll see. But I think the biggest thing is gonna be the 19th and the 20th. All right, Gregory, have a good one. But those are gonna be the biggest days to watch out for stuff. Those will be the biggest impact days. And all 50 states, just be careful out there. Obviously, National Guard's going to stay out there. They're going to do what they need to do. But again, I don't have much more than that. So, as always, y'all stay safe out there. As always, thank y'all for watching. It's possible. Something could happen on Martin Luther King Day. Who knows? But the biggest thing, is he's a lot different than what these people are. All right, he actually fought for justice. He wanted everybody to be equal. All right, what these people now are just domestic terrorists. All right, that's all they are, is domestic terrorists. Martin Luther King and actually wanted, everybody to be equal. All right, Christy, have a good one. I'm about to get off myself. But he wanted everybody to be equal, and all right, Treeland, have a good one. He wanted everybody to be equal, and he got killed for that. Same thing with Rosa Parks. She wanted everybody to be equal. But if something happens on that day, I'll definitely keep you updated on that. But like I said, as far as the 19th and 20th, we'll see what happens. But as always, thank y'all for watching, and as always, y'all stay safe out there. And again, always be around to your surroundings and be safe.